Ethos.
The worst feature that Facebook has ever come up with is that memories one. You know, the one that says, on this day 4 years ago, you made that random remark that you thought was really clever at the time, but doesn't make much sense at all now. Well, okay, maybe it's the second worst feature. The poke thing, I never really understood that. But anyway, my question is, what is our fascination with looking back at all of the things that happened in the past? Every December, there's this barrage of retrospectives. Spotify has their Wrapped of the songs that you listened to the most this year, or there's the top movies of the year, or books, or you name it. There is a list of things that were really popular in the past. But let's do a 180 right now on the Next Simple Step podcast. Today, I want to talk about how we move forward, where we go from here, and how we can have a future that's even bigger and brighter than our past. Because I truly believe that your best days can be ahead of you. They can be, but won't necessarily happen by default. Mark Twain said the two most important days in your life are the day you're born and the day you found out why. But here's the thing, you can't change the time and place where you were born, but you can change where you go from here. What is your why? And if you don't have a simple answer for that, maybe a better question is, what kind of person do you want to become? Your past doesn't define you. You get to choose who you become starting now, today. What kind of person will you be tomorrow? If you're tempted to make New Year's resolutions, don't. You know the statistics. Most of them don't work out past January 20th. And that's because willpower doesn't work over time. In fact, organizational psychologist Dr. Benjamin Hardy wrote a book called Willpower Doesn't Work and explains how you can quickly alter your identity simply by altering your behavior. And your behavior is significantly dictated by your environment. He writes, a person's life is not a reflection of their deepest values and beliefs, but instead, a person's life is a product of the social norms around them. Want to change your life? Change your surroundings, change your environment, and set yourself up for success of being the person you want to become. If you want to eat healthier, don't have unhealthy food in the cupboard. If you want to be a more positive person, ditch the cable news or doom scrolling on Instagram. Set limits on your phone because that's time wasted and not being intentional with your time. Read something positive. Surround yourself with positive people. Change your environment, change your life. I think so many people go through what's called a midlife crisis because they get to a certain place and they're not where they thought they would have been. We get off to a great start or maybe not such a great start. And at some point along the way, we get stuck. Where do we go now? Life isn't what I thought it would be. So we distract ourselves with temporary pleasures or something worse. And the world is more than happy to sell us their so-called solutions, things to keep us busy and consuming even more. Whatever the case may be, to distract ourselves from not actually taking action and living with purpose each day. And so that's what I want to encourage you to do today is think about who you want to become and then decide what actions you will take, who you will surround yourself with to support that identity. And each day that identity will strengthen. What next simple step can you take today to walk toward that bigger and brighter future? Momentum is the key. Not looking back or jumping ahead 10 years. What needs to be done today and then tomorrow and the next day? And if you miss a day, that's okay. It happens. Just commit to not missing 2 days in a row. What has to happen for you to make this next year your personal best? Just as we love our retrospectives, I think we also fixate on first impressions. We make way too much of them. The first day on the job, the first date, New Year's Day. But here's the thing. That is only a moment in time. Way more important than the first or the last is what you do in the interim. The dash between the two dates on the tombstone is what matters. Make the most of today. You got this. I believe in you. And if I can be an encouragement to you, one of those positive people that you surround yourself with as you work to form your new identity each and every single day. Send me a text. My number's 559-574-3210. I would be happy to help and cheer you on. Thanks so much for listening to the Next Simple Step podcast. I'll talk to you next time.